Divide and simplify 2 plus 3i all over 5i. All right, so this looks a little bit weird, right? You're probably looking at this and saying, okay, how do we simplify something like this? Right, the key point to remember, though, that I is a radical, right? It's the square root of -1. And now we don't need to rewrite it, right? But we can, I guess we can do that, right? Square root of -1 over 5 times the square root of -1. Okay, we never do this, okay? But the idea is that we cannot leave radicals in the denominator, okay? So we have to somehow cancel out the radical in the denominator. That is called rationalization, okay? There's a couple ways to do this, but what I would recommend is just multiply the numerator and denominator by I. Okay? You don't need to multiply it by 5i, or most students think, oh, I just need to multiply it by whatever the denominator is, right, including the number. So that's fine, but you're just going to have to simplify more later. The key is we want to get rid of the I, right? Not necessarily get rid of the 5. Okay? So I want to multiply the numerator and denominator by I. Now notice that we'd have to distribute the numerator, right? So 2 times I is just 2i. And then 3i times I is plus 3i squared. And on the denominator, 5i times I is 5i squared. Of course, the golden rule here to remember is that I squared is equal to -1. Okay, so what I want to do next is convert each I squared, or replace each I squared with a -1. Similarly, we have to do the same thing down here on the denominator. Notice we get what? What do we get in this case? We get 2i minus 3 all over -5. Now generally, we rewrite this in terms of a plus bi. So the term with the I goes second. Okay, the term without the I goes first. Okay, we also want to split it up. Okay, so we get -3 plus 2i over -5. Okay, so I'm just going to rearrange the terms in the numerator. Make sure you keep track of the sign, right? Now I'm just going to split this guy up, so I should get my final answer. -3 over -5, it's just a positive. And then here I get what? 2 over 5i. Okay, so this is generally the way you want to leave the final answer. Okay, so 3 over 5 is called the real part, and the -2 over 5 is called the imaginary part.